Hey Pisces, this is Veritas Malefica with a general reading for your sign for the new moon in Scorpio, peaking on November 2nd, 2024. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, not a personal reading, so not all of the messages may resonate specifically with you. If you are looking for a personal reading, is more one-to-one. I do offer those on a limited basis. The information for how to book that is listed below in the description box. I have already meditated on the energies and shuffled the cards, and we're going to go ahead and pick some. I got a word loud and clear, and it was connection. Um, so this might be a connection with another human being. This might be just connection in general. But let's get into it. And then I'm really being told, like, don't forget, don't forget. And I wasn't going to mention it at first, but the word clear. um, like maybe things are being cleared out of your way for you, or you're in the clear. I feel like you're in the clear. Like whatever this connection is, you're in the clear, and spirit is saying, yes, go for it. And I really was being guided to look at this card that was on the bottom of the deck, which is the Ace of Swords. I like this imagery too, where the fairy is wearing a swan or dressed like a swan. And swans are symbols of love and devotion, because swans are really fierce partners, and they're with their family. They are like, it's for life. And they're very aggressive. If you've ever encountered a swan in a park, they are very intense, and will attack people. Um, but I feel like this is like a for life thing. Like this connection that you're connecting with is going to last for the rest of your life and is going to be fiercely devotional. And you are in the clear to move forward with whatever this new connection is. That's really interesting. I'm being guided that that's the only one they want from this deck. So we're just going to leave that there. And I'm going to go with Tarot Cats. Get more for Pisces. Tell me more about this connection. This might be marriage for you. Okay. And they want me to put these face up, and then they want me to get some more. They want this in the center. This is on top. This is here. And they want all of them face up. I don't usually read like that, but that's what I'm being given for this deck. Okay. All right. So this might be somebody who's a fire sign that you're connecting with. Are you kidding me? There's like 4 aces on the table here. The Ace of Swords is coming out in this deck on the bottom. They want me to stop there. So let's connect with the Ace of Swords real quick and really talk about that meaning. The Ace of Swords, aces in general are kind of ethereal in nature. They're associated with the top of the tree of life, which is more in spirit. It's in crown energy. So it's starting to connect into the physical realm. So it's kind of hard for us to conceptualize of it. At the same time, that does mean it's very high exalted energy. And when we're in swords, we're dealing with mental, we're dealing with thought, we're dealing with the intellect. So I feel like there is very strongly a new idea, a new notion of something that is definitely on its way, and it does definitely entail connecting with another human being. And clear, let's see, because the Tower is on the table too, but we have the Hierophant, which keeps coming out for these readings this time around. So this may just be something that's associated with this moon cycle, which it means tradition, it means dogma, it means kind of following the rules, but also it's like a teacher energy, a spiritual teacher. This can mean marriage as well. This is the card that represents Taurus, and so a lot of the grounding sort of energy that comes with that, I'm really getting from this at this particular moment, that this is like whatever this idea or this thought is going to come into the physical realm and start to cement itself. We also have the Ace of Cups at the top and the Ace of Wands at the bottom. So there's a lot of emotion and there's a lot of action. And I do feel like it's culminating in, this is a combination of forces. I feel like it's a fire sign you're connecting with, because we have the King of Wands as well as the Ace of Wands here. But the King of Wands, I feel like this represents a person. And this is a very strong, active, fiery energy. A lot of luck, somebody who just seems to kind of like, oh, like I can just do this, and then somehow figures it out every time. That's what I'm specifically getting off of this reading. There's going to be a combination of forces that has an emotional aspect, and we're going to start making actions. I feel like this is coming together into some sort of union, and this is going to cause some ruckus, I think, for those around you. Like, as an example, this could be you getting together with somebody who's already entangled with someone else. That could be what's going on, but it could also just be like, you're starting a business partnership with somebody who already has another business partnership that they're wanting to get out of. So, or somebody has to break a lease, or somebody has to move from, like, across the country or from another country. Something gets shaken up, and it happens really quickly, is kind of what I'm feeling from this. And I feel like, even though it is like strong, stable, steady energy, it feels very like, oh my God, am I making the right decision? And what I initially got was clear. So you're in the clear. That could also mean, now that I'm saying that and I have the Tower sitting here, it's almost like a heart attack when you have the paddles and the people say clear. It's kind of like that, where it's like an accident or something like happens so quickly, and it's like, whoa, hang on a second, and then, okay, clear, so we can take care of this. Like, it just feels like it has that sense of urgency to it, and like it just feels like a lot. Let me get a few more in the last deck here. Tell me more about the King of Wands. Wow, really quickly. For most of you, I think this is a love connection. The Lovers is here sideways. I don't necessarily read it as love related, but it came out with the Knight of Cups, which definitely represents a love offer for me most of the time. King of Swords at the bottom here. Four of Swords, the Lovers, and the Hanged Man. Interesting. So for the King of Wands, I feel like you are... Okay, interesting. You felt like whoever this is that you're connecting with was not available, and things were really quiet in general in, like, love life, or for some of you, if this is more of a just connection with somebody in another sphere other than love, this person was just not available, or things have been really quiet for you. And all of a sudden, there's been a shift in perspective, because I don't think you realize that this person has feelings for you, or wants to initiate the connection. But that connection will be initiated. The love offer, or the love, I think this has already happened. The love offer was given, and forces were combined. And this is really reading almost the same to me as the Hierophant for some reason, which these are not the same card at all. But in this particular context, I feel like this love offer came through, and then it brought in this, like, oh, of course we have to combine forces. Like, even though we're so opposite, or I never would have thought of you in that sense, it does make sense. And I do have the King of Swords here in reverse, which is, you didn't think that would ever work. But all of a sudden, now that you've, like, had this period of rest and recovery, and you've been able to see a bit of a change in perspective, and now you're like, oh, this looks actually really good. And I'm going to leave this on top of the Hierophant. I feel like that's where it needs to be. Yeah, you're moving towards a connection, or you're like taking the next step with someone. I'm going to just go into this being a love reading because that's what I feel like it should be. I apologize if you're not resonating with this specifically, but that's what I'm getting. And that's what I'm going to go for this reading. Instead of splitting my energy and trying to talk about it in terms of like a business or partnership or some other partnership, this is for whoever is connecting to it. And I really need to deliver this message. So it just moving forward, this is a love connection for sure. Somebody like getting married, it feels like there's a lot of passion, a lot of emotion and softness behind it as well. And then there's a tower coming. Yeah, something has been started. The other thing with the Ace of Swords that I'm now feeling the need to really hammer in is that the Ace of Swords represents an invoked force as opposed to a natural force. So you have asked for this, you have summoned it, you have created it, you have invoked it. So now we have to deal with the consequences of that. But you called it in, and you definitely called it in because we got the Ace of Swords again. So let's check out the last card in the spread, which is what's coming, which is the Tower. Let's see where this is going to go, and if this is a negative tower or a kind of okay tower. That's it. Okay, one card stuck in the deck. Queen of Swords. All right, so somebody's been slighted. Fool in reverse. That's not good. I don't see it working out for you, Pisces. Yeah, the wheel's going to turn. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse, which means acting in a kind of untamed way and somewhat aggressive. This is when the Queen of Swords, because in the traditional depiction, she's literally holding a man's head in her hand and her sword in the other. So I feel like that's kind of like the reversal is when she gets into that mode, when she gets into clearing mode. And this could be somebody who's been slighted, who was in the connection with this other person. This could be you because things don't work out. This could be the person you're connecting with because all of a sudden they've changed their mind. Let's read into it more because we have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune in the Tower is generally good. So I think something is being cleared out for you. That's the clear. Connection, clear. So perhaps this start is a little bit more of a false start because we have the Fool in reverse, which means exactly that. Like, we're not going to move in that direction. We have the Three of Wands in reverse, which also is like, that direction isn't going to work. The Magician, which means you don't have all the things in your bag to be able to create effectively from the space in which you're in. And then we end up with the Three of Swords. So I feel like this will be a disappointment. But I feel like it's something you needed to learn from. And again, it's something you called in, something you invoked, something you needed in order to get to the next level of yourself. Because there's a lot of like realization and waking up vibes here with the Hanged Man, with the aces coming out. And then Wheel of Fortune and the Tower together are specifically like, destiny keeps unfolding and the wheel keeps turning, and we'll be on different stages of the wheel at different times, but it's all necessary at the end of it and actually really good for us. So I do see this kind of not working out, whatever this connection is. And I feel like it's going to come to you whether you change your actions or not. Like something really needs to be cleared out for you so that you can move forward. Because right now it looks like you're not moving forward. and you're kind of stagnating a little bit. So let's get one more, because I don't want to leave it at that. Okay, yeah, that's just going to tell me the same thing. Ace of Wands, a new start is coming. And this is like trial by fire. So sometimes things have to be burned down in order for them to grow again, because Santa Muerte came out. So she's here. This is death in this deck. From death comes rebirth, and it's time for a rebirth for you. The universe is bringing it to you because you need it. And with some of that comes sadness and pain, but I do see this being overwhelmingly good for you in the long run. So roll with that Scorpio energy, Pisces, and allow yourself to be transformed. But buckle up, because I do feel like it will be a little bit of a turbulent ride. But so many aces in this. The only one we're missing is the Ace of Pentacles, but they keep repeating. Like we have two aces, Ace of Swords, two Ace of Wands. So I feel like that is just an overwhelmingly positive message, that it's just, we're being brought back from the end of the cycle to the top of it to start to begin again. It's transformation season. Roll with it, Pisces. All right, that's what I've got for you, and I'm going to go ahead and disconnect from the energy there. I appreciate you tuning in, and if you connected or resonated with any of the messages in this reading, I love to hear about it. If you'd like to share in the comments, I always respond to each and every single one. Yes, and I appreciate you finding my channel, listening to my readings, and yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you the full moon cycle. We'll see how you're doing at that point.